What is going on, one and all? Welcome to On Screen Live. My name is Andrew Jupin, and this is our broadcast for Monday, the 27th of February. If you can even believe it, this month is almost over. And to celebrate the ending of another miserable month, let's bring in some of my best buds. We have Eric Siska.
Oh, I'm almost over, too. I think I got my expiration date on the back.
That's right,
I'll be
dude.
dead soon.
That milk's about to go sour.
That's right.
And here you go. He's got, I think it's my favorite sweater of his, Steven Sadak.
Yeah, it's a great one. March, March, bring on the March. March. Bring on
Listener
the March.
Request Month. Yeah,
that's right. I think I've only seen like maybe half of the movies we're doing this month. So it's kind of exciting to not know what I'm even going to talk about this month. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, totally. I saw some people kvetching about that. You know what? That's part of the fun.
Yeah, watch a movie.
Speaking of part of the fun, around these parts lately, we've been calling him the librarian. Please welcome everybody's favorite bookworm, Chris Cabin.
Oh, pardon me. Dear. I
rocking-
didn't see you there. I didn't hear you there
So
at all.
You're rocking through a novel a day now, I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's really
just
impressive.
doing it, just reading it. I'm actually reading them all. That's the thing.
Now, and Steve, are you getting
real.
FOMO from seeing him reading this much?
No, he's not drinking at the same time. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes, that's the problem. I don't have the reader's helper, as they call it.
It's like your little bookmark there, Chris.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we are back at full strength. Steve's back from vacation. We're happy to see his face.
That's
Back
right.
back on Jersey soil, as they say.
Just did a quick 4 days in Nashville. It was a lot of fun. I missed the Nexus only. I did not masturbate in any holodecks. I want to be really clear about that.
The Nexus,
fans that.
the Nexus says you did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
I
that's not-
Paper of record, pot of record.
Why would you argue with such a thing? I just don't understand that.
Well, the logs on the holodeck say otherwise, mister.
I want those logs, mister.
Oh, you got those logs.
Patreon.com/we hate movies
I mean,
for
here's
the
the thing.
Nexus.
Here's the thing: if the holodeck
Yeah.
did exist, each one of us would have masturbated in it at least once.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
just,
Absolutely.
just to
would
give
live
it a
in it.
shot. Yeah, exactly.
I would live in it.
Yep.
Mhm.
A full
Absolutely.
24 hours by Commandant Steven Sadak inside our holodeck. The mop bots won't even go in there. They just said no. They revolted. They're going to go on strike.
You know, I'm really getting fucking sick and tired. The whole second season cast of Friends, not the third season, not the first, of course. He's very particular.
He's a man who knows what he likes. Oh, gross.
Also, the cast of Boston Public. It's just disgusting. Honestly, disgusting.
How do you find the time to go through them all?
Is it just the Jerry Ryan connection? Is that it?
7 of 9. Okay, so speaking of running through stuff, by the way, we got some numbers to get to. This is highest gross. All right. I'm going to tell you.
Big BO week here.
Big BO week, a lot of developments, a lot of surprises and whatnot, and some of our usual cast of characters are getting towards the bottom here, coming in at number 5.
There it
Puss in
is.
Boots. Now we're talking. This is the big week 10. This was big
Unstoppable.
week
It
10.
is.
Unstoppable. I think Puss in Boots are going to play this for Prince Charles' coronation
Oh, sure.
because it's unstoppable.
Oh, was there Chris, did you see it? Oh, that's right. We talk about that every week. No.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Well, you saw and you didn't like it.
A year now, I guess.
People are raving about it,
It's
so I
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Can I
But
tell
this-
you?
I'm sorry. This is
Yeah.
nominated for the Oscar for this year, right? Did I miss?
it?
I think it is.
For animated?
Yes.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, it's animation noms are like every big animated movie that came out that
I'm
year.
looking it
That's
up
just
now.
the list, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
whatever Pixar or DreamWorks did, that's the nominee.
I mean,
Now
now
done.
it would be very. If they didn't nominate this, that would be a silly thing. I'd be like, at this point, it's
It
a
is.
juggernaut. It's like a humongous juggernaut.
Yeah, no, it's nominated. It's Del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots, The Sea Beast, which Netflix is doing everything in their fucking power to have you not see.
Yeah.
And Turning Red.
Now is Marshall's a cartoon? Is that right?
It's a
It's
stop
stop
motion
motion.
thing,
Motion.
so it
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
counts.
Jenny
But there's
Slate and
regular
Red.
people in it too.
Yes, I think
It's
so.
predominantly live action.
So it's
and then there's, like,
marginal, right?
Mhm.
It's Roger Rabbit, essentially, except for, not so much.
Coming in at number 4, still chugging away, Avatar: The Way of Water.
Speaking
That's
of
my
sea
guy.
beasts, there he goes.
Yeah, there's the only sea beast for me this year, man. Or I guess
Many
last
sea
year.
I'm
ripe
so
with
glad
sea
it's still
beasts.
there.
Actually, you're right.
I'm still
Sorry.
so happy it's still there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, week 11, dude, another
Yeah.
nearly $5 million to toss onto the pile.
Hell yeah, Jim. Keep going.
By the way, the whole internet loving Jim Cameron, doing the whole like Jim Cameron unstoppable. Y'all rooting for his new CBS True Lies TV show? It's sort of silent on that front.
Oh,
right?
CBS is who's doing that?
Well, of course, the Yawn Network itself is doing it.
Is he directing any of that?
I don't know. I think the credit is just it's based on his movie.
Yeah,
He probably has nothing to do with it. But I like to tease the James Cameron fans.
Well, I'm hoping that True Lies is a success, so that we can get the True Lies spin-off series, True Lies 1923, which is
yes, yep,
of course,
two flappers, spies, going
And then,
around bootlegging, I guess.
and then I guess like
Sure.
an Englishman dividing up the Middle East in like an arbitrary sense. Yeah.
I'm hoping we get at least 5 episodes, a spin-off, maybe like a limited series type thing.
Ooh, sure.
Just about Bill Paxton's, whoever is taking the mantle
Yes.
of the Bill Paxton character. Just how he
Yes.
got to a point of pissing himself on the dam.
Yep.
That is just, really, we need to know the backstory is what I'm saying.
You're probably wondering how I got here, and he's just pissing his pants.
I'm pathetic. Come on.
So this was a big surprise here. Coming in at number 3, and he's actually jockeying for 2, the second place slot. But
80 for Brady, 80 for Brady, 80 for Brady, 80 for Brady.
The Jesus Revolution,
Jesus
which was a Lionsgate movie. It's the same company that did that Kurt Warner movie.
Is this that video game where every time Jesus does this, you have to do this with him, kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Right.
Crucify.
Jesus Revolution.
Crucify.
Press X
Crucify.
for crucify. Yeah.
Heal.
There is probably a Jesus version of Dance Dance Revolution somewhere where you dance with Jesus and he's doing he's doing the shake to Mambo number 5 with a rave beat behind it.
Oh,
And
totally. Dude.
Followers of Jesus used to not go see a Lionsgate movie; they'd go into the lion's mouth, right?
That's
Yes.
true.
That's usually, and I think I kind of liked it better that way. But this movie, I did read, kind of liked it. But this movie, I was reading a piece about it. It's based on a guy. I'm not kidding you. The guy's name is Lonnie Frisbee.
Oh, sure.
And he was this like a hippie preacher type guy back in the 60s and he met with some straight-laced preacher. And like the whole thing was that
He's a
he
cult
was
leader.
not so secretly gay. And apparently this movie does not make any mention of that whatsoever. They beautiful minded him. He was beautiful minded, and the other guy, of course, is Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, well, yeah.
Niles becoming a disciple of Jesus is the worst idea you ever had.
Is he actually Christian, or is he just conservative and knows where the money is?
He just knows where the money is. He knows exactly where the
He's a
fucking money
right-wing
is.
psycho, though, right?
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I don't think he's very religious. Is it's just like no, it's just the money and the power. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Called it boss.
Yeah, there's probably a little more to it, but I've never heard him. Although I don't know. I mean, this is not his first Christian production.
But it's like, but it's just once you get in there, you get in there, kind of a thing.
I say,
you know what I mean?
Let's invite him on the show if he sees this.
Sure.
Come on. We'll debate theology.
Absolutely. I want to see how Christian he is what I want
Right.
to know. Was he confirmed?
Oh, yes, and I used my money to buy a turntable and other stereo equipment.
Yeah. Is he Catholic or miscellaneous? 'Cause there's a whole lot of shit going around with this.
Grandmother, would you please give me my money? He's just at a gravesite. Like, Mother, where's my money?
Speaking of a very religious movie, coming in at number 2, Cocaine Bear. There it
go.
is.
I was out of town. I know we're going
Yeah.
to talk about it. I really wanted to see this guy.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't miss much. it
Oh,
turns out.
okay.
Well, we'll
then.
get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. But let's just say it blew away expectations with $23 million.
Of course it did. It's something interesting to see. That's not weepy Jesus, Avatar in the 50th week, or MCU. Of course it did well.
Or what could be the worst MCU movie ever made. Yeah, that's kind of what
Which
we're...
is still why I have not seen it, because I listen to my friends. I listen to word of mouth, just like the good people who didn't go to the movies this weekend.
Yeah. And then speaking of the worst MCU movie possibly, Quantumania holding at number 1. Now here's the deal about Quantumania. I want you to look at this number here. $32 million. It was like 114 something last week. This represents a 70% drop off in box office. This is the worst showing week 2 for an MCU movie in the history of this tiring endeavor.
Because that's the thing, is we're on fumes here. There was that thing posting around. I don't know if anybody. It was like the end of Captain America, the first Avenger, and it's him realizing, oh my god, I'm in Times Square. That whole bit. Yes. And like watching that scene, it just a quainter time. Like he's in a room, you know what I mean? He's in a room. The light is hitting the room, and then he's like, "Whoa!" The camera actually moves. There's somebody moving a camera around, and then he runs around, and like he's actually in Times Square. He's not just sitting in a breakfast nook in front of a green screen,
right,
giving you exposition about shit you couldn't possibly understand.
Yeah,
dude, and that breakfast nook. For like 15 minutes, we're just sitting around the table. Did someone make waffles? Like, god damn that movie, man. I'll tell you this. Another thing about it. So we were at the theater to see Cocaine Bear yesterday, and it was an iPick, so they're kind of like Alamo. Someone comes to the table, food and whatnot, and the guy like comes to the table to take the order, and he's like, what theater is this? Oh, it's Cocaine Bear, right? And we were like, yeah, Cocaine Bear. Did you see it? Yeah, I'm trying to get to it, blah, blah, blah. He goes, just prompted out of nowhere. He's just like, did you see Quantumania? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. It's like, dude, if the guy who sees shit for free at the fucking multiplex is like, dude, this superhero movie sucked, you got problems. Oh, boy.
I'm ready for it to be done. I know we got quite a long time. We got the new Avengers to come out and all these things, but I'm already just pleased.
It looks like, I don't know. We'll see. Because then this wave 14 of DCU, whatever that's going to be. I don't know how many of this stuff's going to come out, because if we're on this trajectory and we cannot figure out a creative way to get audiences engaged aside from promising them stuff in movies 3 to 4 years from now, you're losing your audience. You really are.
Right. Yeah. Well, they could just do what they did with Star Wars, the same fucking company, scale back motion picture production and do more television.
Yeah. That might be where they're going.
The TV output on Disney Plus that they've had for this MCU stuff is almost inarguably better than the movies.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye might be my favorite. Phase 4, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I hope they do another one of those if he recovers from his snowplow injury.
Yeah,
poor bastard.
Oh, right, that was insane.
I think he's like doing okay.
Every bone in his body replaced with adamantium. I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's gonna be a Wolverine. Gag. Oh man. Speaking of gagging, we've got some trailers to take a look at here in the segment we have intelligently titled "Trailer Segment."
Where YouTube moderators are firing up the cancel button.
Yes. So to circumvent that, we're doing something a little different today, right?
That is right. We are just going to watch them remotely here on our own devices. We are not going to broadcast the trailer on the screen, so we don't get the fucking plug pulled on us here. But first up, just heard of this one last week, and the title's already got me laughing. The Pope's Exorcist. Starring Russell Crowe as the Pope's Exorcist.
I haven't seen this trailer yet. I'm curious.
Oh, really?
Is he smashing the Pope's head in, like trying to get the demons out of him? Is that what's going on here?
The Pope is putting a crucifix up his own ass.
He's
sure.
Pope's been broken over Russell Crowe's knee, of course, just right in half, just snapping them, and then the ghosts come out. Eric.
That sounds nice.
And then the ghosts come out. So I'm opening my link here, and I'm getting past. Of course, there's an advertisement. Oh, some sort of Nathan Lane play.
Ooh,
yeah, that's what you want in front of the Pope's Exorcist.
Of course.
Are we watching the trailer? Let me know when you do.
Well, I'm not. I had to cue it up. I'm sorry. So we'll do just like the commentary. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sure.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
I
Oh,
hate
what?
these.
Oh,
Are you
here's the
getting
trailer
less
for the
accent are we
trailer.
doing?
Yep, the trailer for the trailer. I
we
hate
go.
this shit.
That's
Just
nice.
start it. Here we
There's
go.
going to be an ugly kid in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Get ready
definitely.
for it.
The Exorcist.
Look at that hat.
Stuff,
Yep.
We are,
Oh, it's awesome.
we are not giving up the Exorcist thing. I mean, I guess
No.
these movies make money.
Well, there's the new one coming out, right?
Yeah, it's a
David Gordon
remake.
Green.
Oh, yeah.
Again, there's Pray for the Devil last year, which only I saw, which
Steve's
was
favorite
horrific. Yeah.
movie.
I kind of wish this was a comedy. Like the fucking title is silly as hell. Like this is too serious.
Boy, you know, the other thing too with these devil movies, right, is like the inspired by actual events. How much exorcism records are on file?
I think it's just because Jesus happened, supposedly. They're like, yeah, that's real. So
Well,
it's inspired by events.
It is
kinda
the
feel like-
father from The Exorcist, the thing they made that boring doc about.
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of
terrible.
feel like all of the exorcism shit in the Catholic Church is kind of like Santa Claus, like how your parents would talk about. It's how the Catholic Church is like, I don't know, you might get possessed by the devil. Look out.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, this kid just puking up that bird a few seconds ago. That's pretty disgusting.
Mm.
Ooh.
Wow, getting thrown around.
Mhm.
See, it's always like the wiener exorcist that can't stand up to the task, and then you got to get in the big guns.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it's
you gotta
cool
get-
if this ends up being like Russell Crowe just like beating a small child and shit. I'd be
Yep.
all about it.
Well, it's one of those things that you never realize that the BMI is very important when you're actually fighting a demon. You know what I mean? You want a big BMI.
You got to get the
Absolutely.
biggest, yeah. Because
Dude,
that
I was
represents
saying-
what gluttony, and that's a sin. And then
Yeah.
Sure.
It's got to be able to eat a demon.
Of course, you were putting Academy Award winner Russell Crowe
Uh-huh.
in this trailer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, how many times have we... Yeah, okay, I saw that part because you did the trailer for the trailer. Whose fucking idea was that, by the way? It's terrible.
that is a
Absolutely
terrible idea.
I mean, you like The Conjuring, right?
Uh-huh.
How can you miss it? It's just like it.
But I'm kind of bored of all these like possession and demons.
course.
And this
the
looks very
Virgin Mary.
similar.
How's it go? We're starting to do. That's a big get, honestly.
That is
oh,
a-
it's
that
not.
is a get.
No.
But it
Oh,
reminds
man,
me,
he had oil coming out of his mouth.
this reminds me of Evil Dead Rise a little bit
Yes.
now. And it's like, what happened to like horror that was like a good old home invasion? Something that can happen to you tonight.
Uh-huh.
Right. This very
Probably
night.
will. At least one person watching this feed tonight, home invasion. Get ready.
You were going to do it to them, or you want them to do it to
Oh,
somebody
no,
else?
no.
Someone
Let's
on
do
the
our own
feed.
trailer. I'll never tell.
Oh, dude, that's got to be a fucking stay tuned. That movie, Don't Say a Word, with Brittany Murphy and
Oh,
Michael Douglas, I
yeah.
believe.
I didn't even
There's
know I was
a-
quoting
there's a-
something, but yes, I
There's a
agree.
Fanning in there. I think it's Dakota Fanning.
Sounds
Sure.
right. Yeah. That was like 2001. That was way back. What Michael Douglas still trying to hold on to I can star in movies thing.
Yes.
Yes,
Not
absolutely.
great. Not a great time.
The Pope's Exorcist comes out from Sony Pictures Entertainment on April 14th, and I'll be at the fucking theater. I'll
Oh, really?
I will say the one thing. Just as we got Michael Douglas. We talked a lot of shit about Quantumania.
yeah.
I got an LOL out of Michael Douglas going, "Holy shit, that guy looks like broccoli." That made me laugh. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yep.
made of stone here.
Yep.
Just want to put that out there.
I
You
do
know,
love
talk a lot of
Mikey
ass about the
Douglas.
Ant-Man. Yeah, I love Michael.
Speaking of Michael Douglas, thing that you guys might want to do, and folks at home should get in on this too. It's a lot of fun. Following Catherine Zeta-Jones on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Mhm.
Her
A
post,
lot of feet pics. What are we talking?
Boy, what's going on here?
funny as I was looking for when I went in there, but like her posts are kind of like whatever. Like she does stuff like she'll post a picture of her from a movie and it'll be like, "Step into the weekend like you are in Zorro," and I'm like,
Mhm.
I can't do
Okay.
that, but you can, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
But the little nug is every once in a while she posts like videos from the family doing stuff, and you get Michael Douglas like hanging out. And there was one they were at I think it was like a Golden Globes party, and she's like, "I'm having fun with my family," and then there's Michael Douglas doing like embarrassing dad dancing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of what you want.
wow. And she's
yeah.
a carcinogen, right?
Yeah, well, her genitals apparently give you cancer.
Yeah, well, they're smoking. I understand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something close to that, apparently, Eric.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of smoking, by the way, our good friend Arnold Schwarzenegger is back, stogie and all, With Fubar,
I want the Stogie to be sentient and talking to him.
dude, the Stogie should be like the partner, right?
Yeah.
But this is a Netflix thing here, so I have the trailer queued up, fellas. It's a quick teaser.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yes.
I am.
All right, we'll do 3, 2, 1, go.
Stogie alert.
He's
Okay.
lighting it
Stogie
up.
right there.
On
Yes.
May
25.
25.
Come on,
May
just
25.
What is it?
Fubar.
Who is Fubar?
It's
Oh,
an expression.
Oh
Back
no, I got hit in the nuts. Oh,
That's it. So it's
That's
him
it,
driving
dude.
a
Yeah.
car, shooting a gun, and getting hit in the nuts.
That's enough,
Tune into
dude.
Fubar.
Yep, tune into Fubar, dude. Absolutely, that's all you're fucking getting from Netflix. Well, I mean,
It's
I'm
me,
sure there's gonna be an
Detective
actual
John
teaser.
Fubar.
Oh, you think it's the name?
It could be. We don't know. It
No,
could
Fubar
be John
is-
Fubar.
My father used to say
Yes.
Fubar because he
Yeah.
fucked up beyond all recognition or whatever.
Got it.
My uncle
Yeah.
said it a lot.
I
Is
mean,
it like-
Nam era talking.
We don't
before
know.
that,
Is
too.
this a reality show where people are making cakes for Arnold Schwarzenegger? Oh, this is Fubar. This cake is
Oh
Fubar.
no, you tried to make a cake, but this is clearly Fubar.
But this one is nicht Fubar.
I'm going to taste it now. Audience, what is it?
Oh, and at the end,
definitely.
the last person to get eliminated, he goes, "Oh, your cake is Fubar."
Oh, dude, put
He puts the
Stogie
stogie out.
of-
It. Yes, exactly.
Now you can't even enjoy it if you wanted to eat it alone in your hotel room after losing on Fubar.
Please collect your shoes and leave the kitchen because everyone has to, not
Sure.
without their shoes on, obviously at Fubar. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
If you're to take the trailer for what it's worth, it looks like it's going to involve comedians tapping him in the nuts.
yeah. Okay.
Sure.
That's gonna
That's
be.
right.
I mean, like that's not exactly Tulsa King-esque status. I gotta tell you,
Sure.
Like Sylvester Stallone is running the fucking roost in Tulsa King, and he Stallone should have done something like I don't know, like a Lord of Chattahoochee or like some kind of Lord of Kissimmee, like some weird fucking place that you run. That's what you want from fucking Schwarzenegger.
sure.
We got into this a little bit on chat, and I'm curious. Is it better to be a big show on Peacock? Is it on Peacock yet?
It's
or
on
is it
Paramount Plus.
Plus?
King.
Yeah.
Which is something that
Tulsa
very
King.
few people have,
Yeah.
or another thing in the Netflix empire, which everybody has. So you know what I mean? Like I'm curious. Like
It's hard to tell because they all inflate their numbers. So it's all
Yeah.
meaningless.
You'll never
nobody
know.
Yeah,
You'll never
Yeah.
know.
But I think like to what you're asking, Steve, I think it's kind of 50-50 because like sure not as many people have Paramount Plus, but I think they do a better job
Yeah,
at telling you what they have because they have fewer things to
They
promote.
market. Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
Yep.
Tulsa King is connected vaguely to the Yellowstone juggernaut. So
Yeah.
Is it
therefore,
really?
Because
It's the
Taylor
same
Sheridan.
Oh,
Taylor
okay.
Sheridan. Yeah.
But
Oh,
not story wise, right?
No, not so. But you
Not
never
yet.
know. Yeah, you never know.
Not
You
yet.
really
Not
never
yet.
know.
hey, Harrison Ford, I've come through a time tunnel to fight you. Hey, what am I doing in 1923? Look, it's me, the Tulsa King.
Hey, how about this? Oh, hey, Helen Mirren, why don't we go out on a date?
It's the leads of everybody's two favorite movies, Rocky and The Empire Strikes Back. Finally going at it. Here we go.
I will say a thing. If you look up Fubar on IMDb, not a lot of details yet because things haven't aired. But two things of note that I found kind of cool.
John Fubar.
No,
Please.
it remains to be seen if he's John Fubar. But Adam Pally credited with 8 episodes as playing the Great Dane, which I'm excited
Okay.
about, whatever that means. And also credited for 1 episode. You got it, Tom Arnold.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. And
Love it.
in the only thing I'll say, detail I know about Fubar additionally is Arnold's newsletter, which I subscribe to, came out today. And the
Dear
Fu-
Andrew, I'm writing you a letter.
one word at a time.
First, I'd just like to get to know you. Please write back and tell me what your daddy does.
No, I cannot bring my mini horses to your apartment. They would ruin the furniture. They would ruin the floorboards as well.
No, but he said in it, he was like, for a number of years, my fans have been asking when I'm going to do another action comedy like True Lies.
Oh,
I was
So-
asking him that.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I asked
Are you
him
on the
2
newsletter
things.
too, Eric?
Yeah, I actually am on his newsletter as well, Chris. So he was like, "Hello, Eric. What do you think? Another action comedy?"
How's Lulu, and when are we getting another action comedy? Those are the two things I always ask him.
Sure.
Lulu is great, and I will get to it when I get to it.
But
Good
again,
news,
I cannot
I'm
let her
playing-
travel. I cannot let her travel to you. Understand this, please.
Good news, I have a new horse, and his name is John Fubar.
It's the inspiration.
Right, someone in the chat has a good one. 35 years from now, you reprogrammed me to be Fubar here in this time.
That makes a ton of sense.
35 years ago. I guess I should have done that. Anyway.
So I don't know. That's Fubar. I guess we'll see. May 25th on Netflix if you can find it.
Cakes.
Guaranteed.
Cakes.
If you don't
Cakes.
watch it, what? What are you
Cakes.
saying?
I'm
He's
hoping
really
for it to
hoping
be
for
the
cake.
cake.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I'm
cake,
hoping for cakes.
It's
Oh.
nicht Fubar. Das ist
I thought-
nicht Fubar.
I thought you were saying Kings, like Kings, and I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
He should be a king. Also, if he's
Yes.
going to be up against the Tulsa King, he should also be a king.
You know
That's
who's
true.
A king of the forest? The cocaine
Oh,
bear.
there
Yes,
he
he
is.
is.
Very true.
So yes, like we said, surpassing box office expectations this weekend. I was very surprised to learn this when they announced it or whatever. Directed by Elizabeth Banks,
Oh, yeah.
which I think her last narrative that she directed was that Jane's
Call Me Jane.
Call Me Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the doc called The Janes, and then Call Me
Got
Jane, which was not very good.
No.
But this is Cocaine Bear, loosely based on a true story. 3 of us saw it here this weekend. Chris Cabin, I think you probably liked it the least.
Yeah, I really did not like this at all. I didn't really find, as I said, I found it about as funny as the police station scene in Manchester by the Sea. It's, I think, about that level of just big yucks going on. I found it very TV. I found everything about
Honestly,
it very
it-
television-y. I just didn't like it
agree with
at
you
all.
in a way, Chris, because it's very like cobbled together. First of all, too many characters.
Yeah.
I don't understand, especially when you're putting out like a violent R, like we kind of want to play with what exploitation used to be.
Yes.
But no, let's make the movie about little kids instead. And it just you're eating up your runtime, having little kids being in danger, and no one gives a shit. You're not going to actually kill them. And
Right.
is this for the little kids going to the R-rated cocaine movie?
Yes, of
I
course.
had like a 12-year-old in our theater
Nice.
yesterday.
Of course.
That's a
Of
good parent right
course.
there.
Because
But
it
no, I
was
just
like
think it could be
yeah.
streamlined if it was like the Dixie Mafia versus the cop going out there. Like, okay,
Yeah.
and you could still have side characters. You could still have the park ranger get ripped in the ass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. It definitely felt like there were a lot of deleted scenes. Like there's one moment, no spoilers, but there's one moment where a character says to another character, like, remember when we found that body back there? And like it literally just like jumps back what could only be a few minutes, like in the time of the movie.
Yeah.
And someone finds a corpse, and I was like, well, that's clearly a deleted scene. Like that, and why they would bother to do that, I did not understand.
I do have some time this weekend. I might check it out. I'm curious. Is this just the internet, the movie? Is that what we're doing? Like we're being cute for the internet?
Little bit. It's definitely. I feel like it knows its memeability.
It's part of the what I think is wrong with it, because I mean the other thing is that I just don't think the horror is very well done. I thought all the horror was kind of just like shrug. It's a lot of it's CG. I mean, like I know everything is CGI, but like it really hit me on this one, and because this one really. Go ahead, Steve.
You wanted them to give that bear cocaine? Is that what you're?
I did. I wanted a real bear and real cocaine. Let's do it. A documentary on that process alone. I mean, honestly, that might have been better. Not particularly good for anybody, but better as an entertainment vehicle for sure.
Well, if they like cared about like even simple geography of where the bear is instead of the bear being everywhere, and like you could have moved into a horror element with it. You could have I mean, they do lean into the comedy more. But
well, that's my
down
gripe,
a little bit.
That's my gripe with it though, is that it doesn't lean into the comedy enough. So when you're having the horror moments, they're not particularly funny. And in a horror comedy, you want the horror moments to be funny.
Yes.
So what I found was happening was a kind of like a gas break situation where it'd be like, comedy. And I was laughing at a lot of this. I will admit it. I was laughing. But then it would be like break horror movie part.
Yeah.
And I was and sometimes it crossed and it was horror and comedy at the same time, but not enough. I actually didn't mind the kids. I thought the kids were funny. I mean, they're like fucking eating Coke. Like that, a little kid eating Coke and being coked out is hilarious. I think there's definitely like cut scenes of the kids probably being like more messed up.
I guess my problem is kind of just pacing, because it just feels like we're cutting between all these characters that have nothing to do with each other, and eventually they come together, sure, but it just feels overstuffed for a 90-minute movie. But I will say Alden Ehrenreich, loved him. Thank you for releasing him from prison, Cocaine Bear.
Nice. I will say I like that. And I mean, to your point about like horror comedy is one of the toughest genres. Like
it's hard.
You cannot do this lightly. Like something like what was that Alan Tudyk? Him and a guy, they play like hillbillies, and everybody thinks
Tucker and Dale versus Evil, a movie I've never seen, but I know the title of.
The mixture on that is just right.
It's perfect. That is a fucking pitch perfect horror comedy.
Because they don't linger. Like the problem with Cocaine Bear is that with the big deaths, they really linger on the death. And like, I don't know what the point of that is. Like to the suffering, they really like to like make the person scream or something. Like that is like number one. Don't make the death like agonizing in a humor setting.
Well,
like,
exactly.
Unless you're going anti-comedy, but that's not what you're doing.
No, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's one death where there's a fella hanging from a tree, and the bear's getting him, and like. That needs to be funny, and that whole time I was like, "Oh, that poor man."
Yeah, it's a tone problem. It's the tone just doesn't know where it is. It just keeps on jumping around.
Another positive thing. I think Kerry Russell's really great in it. I think Margot Martindale's really great in it. I think fucking rest in peace, Ray Liotta. I think this is his final movie. And he's like the lead, like drug kingpin. He's wearing cool sunglasses.
Well, I didn't know if this could have been something that like the ending leaked, and I saw it on my phone. It's the Cocaine Bear. He's at the police station. He's got handcuffs on. They're marching Debbie Mazar past the Cocaine Bear.
Yes,
and this Italian police officer is like, "What are you making a cake, Cocaine Bear? What are we making a cake with all this stuff?" And then he puts his pinky and he takes it. He goes, "Bye-bye, dickhead," he says to the Cocaine Bear.
Right.
That's what he says to the Cocaine Bear. He says that.
It's a riveting. It's probably the best scene in the movie. Other than, I will say the one thing I liked. It starts very promising. Matthew Rhys is in one scene, and it's right at the top, and it is the only scene I like. Everything else is bad.
We get Perry Mason season 2, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, there's a teaser ad for that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely happening. Apparently, the thing with Matthew Rhys, my wife was telling me this. Kerry Russell gave some interview where she was like, he read the script because she was like, "Oh, I'm doing this movie or whatever. You want to take a look?" And when he started, he was like, "Call Elizabeth Banks. Like, I want to play this dude at the beginning that fucking throws the coke out of the plane."
Yes, please. It's so good. Also, Jefferson Starship's Jane, underrated jam. Very good song.
He's really fucking rocking out, tooted out of his mind in that scene. It's kind of awesome. So yeah, I don't know, Steve. If you don't have much to do this weekend, but it's gonna be a solid like PVOD rental.
That's what I think. I'm gonna wait the 2.5 weeks and then just do it that way.
It's really not an emergency to go see Cocaine Bear in theaters.
Although I want to, even though I was panning it, I'm glad it did well.
Well, yeah. That's
we need movies like this. We do, even though I don't like them when they come out. We need them.
No, you're absolutely not wrong, dude. And someone was actually pointing this out. Universal has taken some chances on some things over the last year or so that other people aren't doing, like this, Megan, Bros, things that you might not like them, but like it's fantastic that they're in theaters, and
also
varying degrees of ticket sales, but they're at least in theaters.
New intellectual property, right? Like this is, I guess, loosely based on true events, like everything is. Like Jesus Revolution is, like Fubar probably is.
I will say I liked Bros. I thought Bros
just
was funny.
wrote a script, and it became a movie. And that's great. It's not about a comic book. It's not about a book. It's not about a TV show from the fucking 50s. We're out there,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Someone is asking this, and it's not a spoiler with the movie, but I want to get people braced for this. He does not, Isaiah Whitlock, say shit. And I think they're trolling you because he says shit 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was very funny in the. I thought he was one of the highlights of it.
He definitely is. It is, as someone else pointed out too, and my wife and I were saying it. It is a big Americans reunion, which is kind of nice with Margot Martindale and everything. So
Cocaine Bear was in the Americans.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, it's a fucking Russian circus bear. Come on.
Well, he's replacing Gabriel. Just you gotta talk to
him. So really quickly, another 2 things. I know we're getting a little along here. I watched this fucking. Basically direct to streaming Nicolas Cage.
I'm jealous. I didn't get to
Western.
see
this. His ear. Can I see that picture one more time?
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on a sec. There we go.
His ears look glued to his head. I'm sorry. That looks like that's not how ears function.
You're totally right.
Yep.
It's also kind of like not how a hat functions on a head, to be honest.
No, not at all.
So do you think it's bad Photoshop there, or do you think like he's like falling apart as like a Hollywood
maybe the
monster?
Second one.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think probably the second one. But yeah, this movie directed by a guy named Brett Don't Know Who, which I think is kind of funny. It's maybe that's the new Alan Smythe, to be honest.
Yeah, I would like
the
that.
only reason I wanted to mention it is because there is a scene I watched it on Friday night, where because Clint Howard plays a supporting role in this movie. His debut, his reveal in this movie is Clint Howard opening a door and immediately getting kicked in the nuts.
That's wonderful.
Just he opens the door like, "Hi, movie!" Boom, kicked right in the fucking balls in the doorway. He doesn't even get into the door.
Ooh, das ist nicht Fubar.
Oh, that was Nick Fubar indeed, dude. So we have a big week on the show here. On We Hate Movies in general here. On Tuesday, it is the last episode of February before Listener Request Month kicks in. Steve, what do we have locked and loaded?
We just did an episode on Three Ninjas, which actually has a VHS trailer game, ladies and gentlemen.
That is right.
It also has Rocky Loves Emily.
Rocky loves Emily.
Rocky loves
Emily.
Yeah. Rocky loves
Emily. You will hear on the episode. You will hear on the episode why I gave those dudes the finger. And then Thursday, probably like around evening time, dinner-ish time, we are pumped for this. One of our most popular Patreon side shows is coming back. Eric Sisko, what is that?
That is the Mandalorian Half Hour.
Oh, yeah.
All new episodes.
That's right.
And we'll see. Maybe, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there's 3 or 4 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett shoved into this.
Just right in the middle of it, dude. Right in the middle of it.
Fucking jam it in.
As a remember, folks, you do need to watch at least 2.5 episodes of the Boba Fett show to know what the fuck happened in this show.
Oh, yeah. That's actually
great storytelling.
Yep.
Excellent storytelling.
I didn't check, but I heard something like Jon Favreau's made, like there's a YouTube compilation or something. They're like, look at this.
No.
Catch up or whatever.
Dude,
Jesus fucking Christ. Although this is another thing about the streaming numbers being all bullshit, right? Because they said Book of Boba Fett got more ratings or something, like through the roof, but I don't see no renewal yet, and I don't see people fucking remembering that Grogu is back, because all finality, any kind of consequence needs to be completely undone, and so that we can keep doing The Simpsons for 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited.
Yep.
That's a dream.
Grogu's just going to be wearing the same blue shorts for fucking 15 years. And then Friday, we're going to close out the week with a We Love Movies episode. Now, this is the first official listener-requested episode, and we're getting into The Man Who Would Be King.
I'm excited to check
Connery,
this out.
Michael
Never
Caine.
saw it.
That poster looks dope as hell. Look at these. Those are some cocaine bears right there.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Look at Michael Caine's eyes.
It's probably the first John Huston movie we've ever done. I have to imagine.
It is.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Cocaine Bear went out on the town. Did a bunch of toot.
Drink your tea on Wednesday, fellas, because it's going to be Impressionville. It's just between these two, it's just going to be registering back and forth.
Never going out with that cocaine bear ever again. They should call him the cocaine pig because he did all the goddamn cocaine.
You're bloody mad, Cocaine Bear.
Now listen, Michael, we got to do this. We have to do it. We have to take over Afghanistan is what we have to do. You understand?
That sounds great.
Is that what they're doing in this movie? It's like imperial shit? Oh, great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Just so
but,
everyone knows that, like, even we're going to talk about a movie that has imperialism in it or the consequences of it and the consequences of colonialism, we as a show do not support that. We are just watching a piece of art that is examining that period of time. Lay that fucking corpse on John Huston's door.
Or lay that corpse on John Huston's corpse.
Yes, you also could do that, Eric.
Yeah, I meant the gates of hell.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here for On Screen Live. By the way, no show next week, no On Screen Live, but we'll be back the following Monday, and it's going to be our Oscar night after party.
Ooh, I'm going to be wearing sunglasses because I'm going to be so hungover from all the after parties that I will be going to.
Of course, yeah,
dude, I'm going to be coming right from the Chateau Marmont back here to do the show. I mean, I'm going to be so fucking hammered. It's good. We actually should just be drunk for noon on a Monday.
Easy to do.
Totally. So this week, 3 Ninjas, wherever you get your podcasts, and on patreon.com/we8movies, the return of the Mandalorian half hour, and We Love Movies on The Man Who Would Be King. So we'll see you in a couple weeks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. Until next time, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Chris Gavin.
Adios, folks. Have a good week. Bye-bye.